Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Neremik. Right now it is 7:35 PM on the 1st of July 2022, and it's raining outside, so if you hear the noise, that's why. And yeah, I'm not sure if it's raining in-game or not, but we're about to find out. Anyway, I actually have a topic in mind. I'm sure some of you are aware the internet's been a little bit of a stirry state, shall we say, this last 24 hours, which is weird because I was planning to make this video anyway. Yes, this is a follow-up video. I feel I should preface it with that. This is a follow-up to the other episodes in this series, which are Storytime and Overdub. You probably want some context for this because it's like, hey, a new bit of the story. Because, in a strange roundabout way, okay, 903, this is, if you watch Storytime, you know I recounted the time I had away on summer camp in 2019. And I've been feeling quite weird because, as it stands, today's July 1st, which is the 3-year anniversary of that, which has gone by insanely. And I had like a big whole speech planned about this, that, and the other. Like, I'm probably going to end up titling this one Rain, just because it's raining. I was originally thinking of calling it Grey, which is which most people just think it'd be like a sentiment. It's actually a reference to Mob Psycho 100 of all things. But no, I want to talk about some stuff. It's a direct follow-up to those two videos. It follows the friend group that I met on that summer camp and then subsequently said goodbye to in Overdub. And that was kind of a saga, really. I recounted when I met them, all the cool shit that happened, and then, like I said, how it was kind of weird to see them all go off to university. So first things first, we stayed in contact, which is pretty cool. I feel I probably should have said that like after Overdub, because we ended up going on Jackbox like the night after, right? But it's like, no, I figured I should let you guys know that we stayed in contact. Not super good contact, but contact nonetheless. But no, I've been thinking recently, because it's now 3 years out from, again, if you watched Storytime, I'm not sure what the exact episode numbers are. I'll probably link to them in the description. Yeah, no, like I said, it's been 3 years since, like, one of the peaks in my life. So it's been, like, weird seeing the day roll around. Of course, it's also been an equally weird day, because I'm sure, as some of you know, Technoblade, beloved Minecraft YouTuber, has, yes, I'm sure if you know the news, you know. So yeah, today's been a weird day. I've been thinking a whole bunch, and I figured I might as well end the trilogy. In fact, that was an alternate title for this video, trilogy, which is a reference to what I'm going to get into later. This is Storytime 2, the follow-up one, because yeah. No, I told you guys a story. I told you how that story ended for the time being, and now I want to give you some more stuff on it, because it's the anniversary. And Storytime is one of, if not the, like, when I hear people talk about random episodes of City Folk, it is usually the ones which have blown up beyond, like, all reasonable measure. Storytime or Overdub. Because those two are always, like, out. Those are the ones that stick out, like, mostly the ones we talk about, like, what's going on in life. And it's like, Storytime and Overdub, I'm just like, here is something completely out of left field. I don't know. Am I making sense? Yeah, either way, I just figured I'd bring up those old two because it was, like I said, July 1st. It is the exact 3-year anniversary of when I first went on NCS, which is this. It's like a British summer camp. You pay £50, you go away for 4 weeks. Well, away for 2 if I'd race for 2. I just figured I'd draw attention to it because, I've been getting rather sentimental recently. And, yeah, like I said, it's a weird time. So I figured that I wanted to make this video. I know I'm going to be going around in, like, circles a lot because I can't really structure my thoughts on the matter, but I don't know. I was thinking. So I'm going to tell some assorted stories because it's the anniversary and I want to celebrate the fact that it has been 3 years. I don't want to be one of those old people that's like, oh, it's 3 years. No. We are going to have a good time, and if it's okay with you guys, I'm going to tell you guys some quirky stories from my time in the friend group, because not that I'm not in the friend group anymore, again, it's just people go off to university, and over time, contact kind of slowly, which kind of sucks, honestly. It kind of does. But, yeah, let's see. Probably the most recent one, actually. This is after everyone left, so yeah, I think this is going to start on, to show that yeah, no, if you think you're gonna lose friends, you don't end up actually losing them, because as it turns out, I didn't lose them. On New Year's Eve 2021, I was actually invited out by some of the boys, not all of the boys, because I think they had the thing on, but it was me and 1, 2, 3, 4 other people, which is cool, nice. Went out with them. And I remember we ended up, we started on Weatherspoons, and then we later went to a more clubby thing, and me and one of the people in the party, I'm not going to like name drop obviously, because they don't know I'm doing this. I remember, it was getting close to midnight, and they're like, oh, if you leave to go catch some fresh air, they won't let you back in, because British clubs are like that. You can get in if like you're over 18, until a certain point where then you have to be over 25, it's weird. Like, obviously, if you leave and they recheck your thing, you're not allowed back in even if you're already inside. It's a whole mess. But, no, if you watched the New Year's video I made, I think it was the first video I posted this year, or the last one of last year, I remember distinctly, that was directly after we left that club, and me and one of the homies were chilling in a park after that party. And that's what always stuck with me, because it was cool. Like, I could have reigned in the year in, like, some massive, big, funky way, with, like, all the boys and a massive club and everything, but, nah. Like I said, well, me and one of the homies that I met, literally 3 years ago to the day. Well, okay, but we technically started talking a few days later, and I'll get into that. But, no. As I said, I like the fact that, I ended the year on, like, a quiet note. We went to the park and filmed that video for a little bit. Kind of said ciao ciao to the year. And then, past that, are you a golden stag? Yeah, you can't sneak in this game, it's weird. Yeah, but no, I know, I'm kind of happy about the fact that I ended last year on a quiet note. I feel it was, like, fitting, in a way. Anyway, yippee, I put on my Agma stag beat, okay. But yeah, no, other stories include, okay, this is about the other time I, same friend, when I met them. So this was actually on NCS, this was the second week. It was the life skills week. It wasn't the outdoory adventure week we'd been on the week prior, which was like sick as all hell, man. For £50, if there's a takeaway from this video, considering I remember it so fondly 3 years out from the day, go do NCS if you're in England. It is a damn well good time and definitely worth your money. Of course, I'm not going to say which specific one I was on that was so fantastic, but yeah, no, I don't think you guys would like. I know it's not something I have to share. I think general sentiment is woo. But no, this is the second week, and to preface this, we were all 16, and one wise guy downloaded a what's it called, soundboard to their phone, and well, they were being a wise guy, so they played loud meme soundboard noises at like. It was past midnight at this point, I think, but like me and somebody else were just getting driven a little bit mental, if we're being honest. So, what we did is the building's kind of hard to explain, but you walked in, there was a toilet, lounge, kitchen, and then we all slept off in like these rooms to the side. And me and this guy, everyone else was like lights out, and we weren't meant to leave our rooms past this point, because, you know, liability and insurance and people sneak off and stuff. And I remember, me and this guy sat down, like, we got to actually talking, and it was good. Real good. Like I said, I'm not sure if anybody else is the same, but I can never remember how I became friends with people. But, like, that's one of the few times I remember I did. Because we sat on that couch, specifically, I remember it clear as day, we talked about My Hero Academia, which I had just finished watching the week prior. Because I downloaded the last 2 episodes I needed to watch onto my phone. Yeah, no, we talked about My Hero Academia and Sonic Unleashed, and I knew right then that I had a home slice for eternity. And, yeah. Yes, we talked about that and whatnot. And, yeah, then we just talked and talked while while we waited for their phone to run out, because, a little known thing, we did a smart idea and we nixed their phone charger from where it was. So when they tried to charge their phone to keep soundboarding it up, we hid it down the couch cushions. Yeah. I mean, joke was on them. Joke was on me, actually, in the end, because I forgot to pick up my phone charger to take it home at the end of the week, so, But yeah, no, like I said, it's surprisingly, the only 2 times I can distinctly remember how I became friends with people, or the conversations that led to me becoming friends, involve twice My Hero Academia. or, one time, it was this game. I think I've told this story before early in the series, but I must have been like, it was like a year after this game came out, and I heard people talking about an encyclopedia, and I was like, wait, that thing from Animal Crossing? And I went over, and it turned out that like the 3 people I'd heard talking about it were all into Animal Crossing. Which I just think is neat, man. It's like, I don't know, I'm not sure how I became friends with other people. Actually, no, it's always games. It's always games. Sonic Unleashed, okay, My Hero's an Anime, and Animal Crossing, and Sims 4. Made friends with someone in science class, in high school actually, because they simply had Sims 4 and I was the only other gamer in the class. Friendship truly founded on something magnificent. Anyway, let's see. So yeah, those are some like memories I have from back then. I got a few more actually, but like I said, I think story time has the strongest one of them all, detailing the walk I went on the Tuesday to like camp overnight. That was fun. That was nice. But yeah, no, it's interesting because, like I said, as good memories as I have, I am in a rather weird state, and I figured I'd make this video because it's been strange. Because I didn't want to make it an exact video calling attention to it. I figured I should try hide a video like this where I talk about something like this as an Animal Crossing thing. It made sense because I've done it twice before. Overdub was me essentially having like some sort of like mini crisis, like, oh, my friends are gone. And Storytime was just me reminiscing on good times, but it feels fair to kind of end the trilogy in Animal Crossing as well, you know. And again, I don't want to make this into a big deal, but it feels weird. It feels weird that 3 years have gone by because, for lack of a better term, what would be the correct term? When I first joined the group, right, it was July 2019, and it was a group of just people. Just a group of people I all clicked way too hard with, right? And then over time, that group like splintered and shattered through different dramas. And the kind of final nail in the coffin for a while was when COVID started. And that bothered me because, for the longest time, right, I've said this a lot of the time, but in high school, I wasn't exactly the man of the hour, so to speak. I wasn't Mr. Popular, I wasn't Mr. Grooving, and that's like for multitude of factors. One of them being I just didn't vibe with a lot many people from high school, but I never had a big group of people I vibed with like that. So I meet these guys in July. The group kind of splinters and shatters a bit, but it's still intact. March comes around, with all of that splintering and shattering, and then the group is essentially just gone, because our way of going out was Friday nights into town, and couldn't do that because there was lockdown. And I don't know, ever since I've always kind of been mad at that. Like, I was in the group, and then COVID had to come at like the worst time. Like, I just got a friend group. God, why'd you have to throw that at me? It's like I've always been kind of annoyed at that. But moreover, the group actually was re-established, for lack of a better term. So 2020 came and went. So March through to like November, I didn't hear anything from the boys. Like, the group chat was relatively inactive, and it was just kind of like, walk down at ease, and like, so if you've ever been in a friendship group, you know there's like 7 different group chats going on at once. Like, things would get organised, but it would be in the chat I want in, and other things, this and the other, I'd be on holiday when lockdown was eased. And it was a whole mess, right? Because I didn't see the boys that I'd like, that I could like really appreciate from like, how many months have been? July's the 7th month of the year through to March, which is the 3rd. It was like, it was still 8 months. It was still like over, you know, a significant portion of the year. But I was still kind of annoyed. So I just got these guys, and then I was drifting out from them. And like my opportunities to hang out with them were just kind of getting sabotaged by me, or like forces out my hand. It was bleh. Either way. What's interesting though is things didn't stay that way, because at the end of 2020, and it was somebody from the group that I knew before I joined that group. They just happened to be part of it by complete happenstance. They invited me to play Minecraft, and that is perhaps like the most, I don't know, the most I've ever been into Minecraft. It was a realm. Everyone was on. The group had still splintered, so it was about half the size it was before, but it was still the group to me. And that server, man, for like, it ran for a month, from like, I think it was like a week or 2 into January until a little ways into February. But man, that was good. And that guy that I started talking to on the sofa, Ben, as some of you may know him from the other videos, we partnered up. We made a castle, we made a whole hidden town on a railway. It is the hardest I've ever gone on Minecraft. And like, even before that, in December, they invited me on the realm before that, which was Java, and we played games and stuff, and it was good, because I was back in the group. But the problem is, and this is kind of where Overdub clicks in, I knew we were all going away to university in a few months. 2021 had just started, and yeah, I was here, like, I was kind of ignorant to it at the time, because I was like, I've still got time, and then I played Persona 4, and it made me acutely aware of, oh, time's going faster than I think it is, and this, that, and the other. So Overdub comes in, essentially being, it was basically me realizing, oh shit, time's caught up with me, and I ain't gonna see these guys. So, give you a timeline of events as to why this all feels so weird. 3 years ago to the day, I go to a summer camp. I have the time of my life for 4 weeks, and I join a group. 8 months go by of like intermittent meetups and me slowly becoming more integrated into the group. COVID strikes, group's off. at the end of 2020, start of 2021, I'm back in the group, and then another 8 months go by of, again, I'm kind of reintegrating myself to the group. It's kind of slow but steady, and meetups are here and infrequent, and then they all go to university, and the only way we interact is through Discord, or on, like, very occasionally people's birthday parties or one-on-ones when people are home. Because I stayed home. I didn't go to university, and I watched everybody else leave. So it's a weird time. Because I look back and I think, damn, 3 years ago today I was having the time of my life. And it's like, I don't know. I'm not sure if it doesn't feel like 3 years has passed, so I think the general message of this video was fuck Corona. Fuck most diseases in general. But, like, I don't know if anybody else feels this way, but I feel like I was robbed in a sense. And like some people could say, oh, yeah, but you could have thrown the effort in to maintain contacts and all. So I was like, yeah, I know, but I think it's more difficult than that. It's way more easier said than done, especially in Britain. I think socialization culture over here does not as easily allow for that type of stuff to be commonplace. It's complicated, but if you're British, I'm sure you understand like the weirdness of like speaking to someone that you haven't spoken to in a while. It's just not. It's a whole thing. But the kind of the kicker, right, is, like I said, I'm back in the group in 2021, and like we start going out again, because restrictions have been relieved. The thing is that when we went out before, we would hit the town, and we'd go in Sainsbury's, we may get a takeaway, and we'd just walk. We'd just walk and talk, and that was it. But this new set of meetups we went on, it felt weird, because now we were all old enough to drink. When we met, we were all 16, and then come 2021, everyone's 18. All had a fake ID, but you know, I'm no snitch. But no. Our meetups went from like walking and getting a takeaway and going a few shops here and there and just chatting along the seafront to going to the pub and drinking. Which, to me, I'm not sure it was just me, but it just kind of felt detached, because it felt like, yeah, I'm still in the group, but it felt weird. Yeah, it did. It felt weird because everyone was drinking, and I'm not really that big of a heavy drinker. And once again, in Britain, drinking culture is a beast of a problem that should be talked about more. This video wasn't my piece on that, but no, things were less so going out and talking and like maybe having like one or two little small groups to discuss things among themselves and people to come and go. It was weird. And I remember at one point it was when I became kind of aware that we're getting near to the end. We walked past the place where we set off for NCS. It wasn't on our anniversary. It was just getting to the point where the guys were getting ready to leave for university, and you know, I tried pointing out to them like, hey, we just walked past there. Do you remember NCS at all, guys? And no one really seemed to care. And I don't know. Like, that kind of stung a little. I know, it's one of those things. I know I'm not exactly normal by most terms of the definition, but still. I like to think I'm not the only person in planet Earth that still reminisces about what they did on NCS 3 years ago. Because maybe that's it, right? Maybe it is just that. Maybe it's the fact that I'm hung up on something so great that happened 3 years ago that I haven't been able to top it since. And it's like, maybe I'm just hung up on that. Maybe my life hasn't progressed past that point for COVID or other reasons and what have you. And it's like, it just feels liminal. It really, well and truly does just feel liminal. And in case what that means, that's like an in-betweenish period where things are like transitionary. I don't know. I don't feel like I ever properly got the chance to move on. And now the anniversary's here again, I'm happy about all the stuff that happened. Whether that group's still kind of somewhat intact or not, or otherwise, I'm happy about all the shit that happened, but at the same time, it's like, these people, they splintered off from the group and I don't have contact with them anymore, or, well, their idea of a perfect meetup isn't going around somebody's house and ordering a Domino's for Mario Party. It's, well, it's certainly not going around town on a walk. It's, going to the pub and getting drunk. And I understand that might sound like a losery sentence to say, but I don't know. I suppose I should be happy that it happened, though. Because at the time, July 2019, I can tell you right now, exactly however many days ago it was, 3 years ago, me back then was having the time of his life. Hell, it must be like, what, only three years and like 5, 6 hours since I pulled up to where we were staying that first week. And still, it's like I can remember every detail. But it's a weird period. It is. Because every year I have this thing which I hold like so dearly to me that most people don't seem to anymore. Like I put something on my Snapchat story saying, hey, it's been 3 years, thanks to everyone who made that what it was, and well, usually I end up getting like one reply for my stories anyway. I infrequently post them, so it's like a reasonable enough data set, but so far, looking over at my phone now, nobody's replied. So I don't know, it still feels like I'm hanging on to something. Or is it just that everybody else lets go too fast? I don't know. It's, I don't really know. What I will say is this. Whether the people I met back then are the same people I are now, whether what they enjoy has changed and what have you, whether their attitudes are different, what happened happened, and what happened was damn well good. And funnily enough, the reason I'm making such a big deal of this is, without going on that, I don't think I would have came back to doing YouTube. In case you're unaware, 2019, I kind of stopped uploading in April because a bunch of shit kind of comboed me and I couldn't find the right motivation to come back. And it was a weird time. But I had a good time on NCS, and paired that with watching like My Hero, which the first few episodes have quite a good message about chasing your dreams no matter what the odds may seem. I think that and a combined thing of meeting a bunch of people I vibed with and having this once-in-a-lifetime experience on this camp, it made me think twice about coming back. I was always going to come back anyway. I was always a bit too stubborn to, well, I had unfinished series is okay, and I know how it feels to have a YouTuber quit while they're mid-series. It's like, no, I want to see how Sonic Unleashed ends. It has 1 episode left. I was going to come out back out of spite anyway, but I like to think I came back permanently because of that summer. My god, was it a good summer. But that's me done. My understanding is out of left field. We haven't even really discussed the game. I've just kind of walked and wandered around. But hopefully you found some enjoyment in this. I don't know, it's a weird time. Like I said, Technoblade announced news of his passing recently, and it's like, I don't know. Even though my friends ain't exactly dead like that, some of them I just don't see myself being able to get back into contact with, even though I kind of really want to. But I know that even if I do, there's a high chance they'll be different people. And that kind of really bothers me. So if there's one takeaway from this video, one thing from all these innate ramblings you can take, it's hold your friends close while you have them, because you never, ever know what may strike. And it might not even be something tragic, it may just be something innocuous as a worldwide pandemic or a gradual change in what they enjoy over time, but enjoy... Oh, I'm sorry, I was having a nice speech and you bit me. But enjoy the time you've got with your boys, because, yeah, every second counts. And I like to think I made every second count with those guys, because even though they may not be gone, and even though, yeah, I'm sure when they're back for summer in like a week, we're gonna go out. But I know it won't be the same as before, and that's perfectly fine. And yeah, I figured I should make a video on this, because again, I would not be here if it wasn't for those guys and the experiences I had that summer, so I wanted to honour it in some sort of way. I kind of get all the muddled thoughts that have been floating around in my head for the last like a week as I got aware that the date was approaching. But yeah, no, it's July 1st. 3 years ago was the first day of me going on NCS. Met a bunch of great people, and man, was it a good time in and of itself. But be glad that it happened. Don't be sad because it's over. And I think on that wonderful note, I'm going to end this one here. Yeah, we ended the trilogy. We ended the trilogy of the friend group I met in NCS videos. I'll link to the other 2 in the description if you so fancy watching them. I think Storytime is a nice encapsulation of my attitudes towards that specific like 4-week window that I was away, but yeah. Yeah, I've tried to satchel out long enough. Check out the other 2 in the description if you haven't watched already. Let me know, do you feel the way with things? It's a weird world out there. So yeah, no. Stay on your guard. But until next time, with all that said, all that aside, I really hope you've enjoyed. I know this isn't your typical episode, and please don't unsubscribe, but we'll try. But yeah, Thanks for watching, guys. My name's been Neremik, and peace out.